After a long hiatus, Sucker Punch have come back to the infamous Power Play to show the world their vision for their first entry on PS4. Though its looks could kill, does the gameplay line up with its ambitions? Stay tuned to find out. It's been over 7 years since the events of the last game, but since the departure of Cole, the government needed a strategic play against people with powers. Forming the Department of Unified Protection, the main aim was to capture and detain all known conduits, now classed as bioterrorists. After a while, it seemed the DUP did their job, and in doing so have been ordered to taper off their duties. It doesn't take long until a number of conduits escape through an opportune moment, which marks the start of our new protagonist, Delsin. Simply put, Delsin is portrayed as your average 20-something delinquent, vandalising local property and altogether causing mischief, something that puts a constant strain on his relationship with his brother Reggie, the local sheriff.
Over and over again. Maybe you should stop arresting your brother over and over and over again. You think this is a joke?
It soon becomes apparent that Delsin is in fact a conduit, and in protecting his friends, or by protecting himself if you choose the bad path, many of the locals end up getting injured, causing Delsin to seek out the head of the DUP in order to steal the power that caused the damage and heal those he loves. I'm no doubt focusing on the good intentions, but becoming the villain will prove otherwise.
I guess I did the right thing.
As Second Son marks the first time we're seeing the series on more powerful hardware, it's no surprise that the results are quite impressive. Moving on from Empire City and New Moray, this time we're given Seattle as our playground. Made up of 2 islands, there's a rich amount of variation in the different districts, alongside countless tall buildings to traverse. When you stop and soak in the atmosphere, you're more often than not met with warm orange glows, as the sun cascades across the landscape and shiny reflective puddles of water, not to mention the impressive particle and smoke effects on offer too. But not just your landscape has been given a makeover, it's undoubtedly the powers that steal the show. In short, it was everything I'd hoped for, with the detailed particle effects coming to their own. Without spoiling too much, I'd say that the power of Neon has the most beautiful effect, pulsing out a bold and striking purple stream of colour. Detail reigns supreme, and this is barely 5 months into the PS4's life cycle. Looking consistently throughout the entire series, Second Son remains very familiar to what we've seen before, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. With the main goal of utilising your powers in any way you see fit, whether looking for good or bad karma, it's your choice on which path you decide to choose, though it's by no means Mass Effect. The decisions you take end up being very black or white, presenting a linear path for how your journey is going to pan out. Other than that, expect to delve into side missions and rid the city of DUP presence, upgrading your powers along the way, looking pretty cool in the process.
You just make that decision for him, huh?
Some decisions are too important.
With Sucker Punch being among the first to portray their vision for a true next-gen open world game, is quite an achievement looking at the results. Beautiful visuals are probably the most noteworthy aspect.
Oh yeah, definitely new and improved.
But with the gameplay seen before with a fresh coat of paint, it's fair to say that perhaps we're not looking at something truly next-gen, but surely a step in the right direction. It'd be easy to take it all in and shine with delight at its alluring package, and at most times it is, but there are a few niggles, including its story, which I hoped would have seen Delsin and his brother come together more often. Plus, without many powers to begin with, I couldn't help but get a little caught up trying to navigate my surroundings. I have immense power, for goodness sake, scaling a wall shouldn't be so cumbersome. Needless to say, these issues are only slight, and overall I found the game very hard to put down. We give Infamous Second Son an 8.5 out of 10 for great. Visit startreplay.com for a full written review, and stay tuned as always for the latest news, reviews and much more.